Good day to each and everyone. My name is Misare G from BSA Agricultural Extension and Communication 2. Today, I will discuss the 10 principles of extension. So una sa lahat, talakayin muna natin kung ano nga ba ang extension. So when we say extension, ito ay dapat na nakabatay sa mga pangangailangan at interes ng mga tao. So ang mga pangangailangan at interes na ito ay naiiba sa bawat individual, sa bawat nayon at sa bawat estado. So sa makatwid, hindi maaaring magkaroon ng isa na nakaprograma para sa lahat ng tao. A principle is a statement of policy to guide decision and action in a consistent manner. A principle is a universal truth that has been observed and found to be truth and a settled rule of action. The following principles can serve as guides for effective extension work. Number 1. Principle of cultural difference. People differ in their culture. Their cultural background, place of origin, parents, and environment contribute to this. So, ang isang extension worker ay maaaring makipagtulungan sa mga tao mula sa ibang kultura. So, kailangan, bago pumunta sa lugar ang extension worker ay dapat may kaugnay na impormasyon tungkol sa mga tao at sa kanilang kultura at sa mismong lugar. Number 2, principle of cultural change. The culture of the people changes with extension if they could feel and see the outcomes and impacts of the efforts of the extension workers. Also, mapapansin ang pagbabago sa kultura kung naniniwala ang mga tao sa kaugnayan, kahalagahan, at pagiging kapaki-pakinabang ng information at technology na ibinabahagi ng mga extension worker. Number 3, principle of interest in needs. People are likely to support extension programs based on their needs and interests. In order to determine the needs, interests, problems, and aspirations of the people, the extension worker gathers data and information about them. So, ang extension worker ay nagsasagawa ng mga pagpupulong, informal talks, at mga survey sa komunidad. Gayun din, ang mga datos ay nakalap sa pamamagitan ng mga observation at pagbisita sa mga tahanan at sakahan ng mga tao sa mga barangay. Number 4, principle of grassroots approach. So, in extension, the differences in the educational attainment, culture of the people, their economic and social status, and types of farming should be carefully considered. So, ang layunin ng pag-o-organize ng isang local group ay upang ipakita ang halaga ng mga bagong kasanayan o program upang mas marami ang makalahok. Number 5, principle of the use of extension teaching methods. Extension worker works with individuals, groups of people, and organizations. So this requires different extension teaching methods to be effective. So, ang extension worker ay dapat magkaroon ng kaalaman at kasanayan upang magamit ang naaangkop na kombinasyon ng mga pamamaraan para sa mga particular na sitwasyon. Number 6, principle of leadership. In order to reach a great number of people in the barangay within a short period of time, local leaders must be trained and encouraged to help in extension work. So dahil ang local leader ay isa sa mga tao sa barangay, familiar siya sa kanilang mga katangian. Also, maaaring maging mas bukas ang mga tao sa pakikipag-usap ng kanilang mga problema at pangangailangan sa mga local leader. Number 7, principle of voluntary education. Extension is a type of non-formal education which provides educational opportunities without coercion and compulsion. So this is a voluntary and free-willing participation on the part of the clientele. So sa extension education, dalawa o higit pang mga pamamaraan ang dapat gamitin ayon sa principle of flexibility. So ang pagpili at pagsasanay ng mga local leader upang tulungan silang tumulong sa pagsasagawa ng extension work ay mahalaga sa tagumpay ng programa. Number 8, principle of satisfaction. People do not feel happy and satisfied only with monetary or material rewards when they accomplish something towards development. So sa ilalim ng prinsipyong ito, hinahanap ng mga tao ang kaugnay na pagpapabuti ng kanilang sariling mga interes. So yun ay sapat na mabuti sa halip na pag-optimized. Number 9, principle of trained specialists. Specialists in agriculture share their research finding to the farmers through the extension worker. So, maaaring kailanganin ng extension worker na kumuha ng ekspertong payo sa ilang particular na problema mula sa isang sinanay na espesyalista. So, ngunit, sa pangkalahatan ay dapat siyang umasa sa kanyang sariling kaalaman sa pakikitungo sa mga tao sa kanayunan. Number 10, principle of whole family approach. Extension should consider all the members of the family in introducing development projects. Every member of the family is important in making decisions in terms of technology adoption. So, maaaring isaalang-alang ng kanilang mga desisyon ang mga tungkulin ng bawat miyembro at ang epekto ng teknolohiya sa mga alalahanin ng pamilya sa bukid at pamamahala sa sambahayan.
Communication in extension. Importance of communication. Communication is as much as the air we breathe. We are born into an environment in which the exchange of message between people is as constant and prevalent as the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in our lungs. Ang communication ang ating pinakamahalagang daluyan para sa personal development at pakikipag-ugnayan sa lipunan at social contact. Sa pamamagitan nito, natututo tayo at lumalago at the same time natutuklasan natin ang ating sarili at ang ibang tao. Kung wala ito, hindi mabubuhay ang ating pagkakaibigan, pamilya at lipunan. Ang communication din ay batayan ng lahat ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa lipunan. Ang mga tao ay kailangan makipag-usap, makipag-ugnay sa ibang tao. Ang mga tao ay nangangailangan ng komunikasyon upang umangkop sa kanilang nagbabagong kapaligiran. And we have a definition of terms, and phrase is communication. Communication is a process by which a source sends a message through some channel to a receiver to affect behavior. And communication is who say what in which channel to whom with the effect. Laswell, 1948. Ang komunikasyon ay isang proseso kung saan naiimpluwensyahan ng mga tao ang pag-uugali ng ibang tao sa pamamagitan ng mga mensahe o impormasyong ipinapadala sa iba't ibang channel. So, sa mas pangkalahatang antas or general level, ang komunikasyon ay tumutukoy sa mga serbisyong pangkomunikasyon tulad ng telephone, telegraph, computer, mga transport system at modern satellite technology. Kapag ang komunikasyon ay ginagamit ng mga field worker upang magdala ng mga bagong idea sa mga magsasaka, ito ay tinatawag na agricultural extension.
Good day everyone, especially to you ma'am. So my name is Saema Talusan and this is my report all about accountability to the client. So according to my research, why lawyers should be careful in giving legal advice to anyone through social media. So bakit nga kailangang mag-ingat ng mga abogado sa pagbibigay ng legal na payo sa sinuman sa pamamagitan ng social media or ng newspaper or sa kanilang payo or mga advice, kumbaga. According to the Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability, the giving of legal advice on specific set of facts to social media or any fora create a lawyer-client relationship. A lawyer may provide general legal information on pursuant to his or her duty to society and the legal professions. So, batay sa Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability is ang pagbibigay daw ng legal na payo sa isang particular na hanay ng mga pangyayari sa pamamagitan ng social media ay maaaring anumang paraan ay makakaresulta sa isang relasyon sa abogado or kliyente. So, ang isang abogado ay maaari ding magbigay ng pangkalahatang legal na impormasyon o lamang alinsunod sa kanyang tungkulin or sa lipunan at sa kanyang profession or profesyong legal. So, napapaloob din sa accountability to the client ang isang accountant na kung saan pinapakita ang kanyang mga katangian gaya ng kung paano nare-resolve ang problema or kung paano ito nasusolusyonan. Isa ding napapaloob sa accountability to the client is kung paano napapagsama-sama or nabubuo yung mga impormasyon ng isang client at kung paano ito na-deliver ng maayos. So, according to my research also is how to understand what you need versus what you want. So, I have been many notice about accountability in settings and how help identify the real needs and want. So, they have scaled and its extension to provide our client with tons of content and optimize result format out like a dreamer.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Good day everyone. So my name is Myrasol Salik from BSA Agri Extension, second year. So today I'm going to discuss about one of the principle of extension, which is works with the rural people. So agriculture is the primary industry in most rural areas. Most people live or work on farms or ranches, hamlets, villages, towns, and other small settlements are in or surrounded by rural areas.
Marami silang alam about sa agriculture, depende sa kanilang tradisyonal o nakasanayang ginagawa about agriculture. So, para na rin siyang salitan ng kaalaman sa pang-agrikultura na gawain, like makakapag-share about agriculture ang mga rural people and at the same time, ang mga extensionists rin.
So although farmers already have a lot of knowledge about their environment and their farming system, extension can bring them other knowledge and information which they do not have. So for example, knowledge about the cause of the damage to a particular crop, the general principles of pest control, or the ways in which manure and compost are broken down to provide plant nutrients are all areas of knowledge that our agent can usefully bring to farmers. So the application of such knowledge often means that the farmer has to require new skills of various kinds. For example, technical skills to operate unfamiliar equipment, organizational skills to manage a group project, the skill to assess the economic aspects of technical advice given, or farm management skills for keeping records and allocating use of farm resources and equipments. So, the transfer of knowledge and skills to farmers and their families is an important extension activity, and the extension agent must prepare himself truly. He must find out which skills or areas of knowledge are lacking among the farmers in his area, and then arrange suitable learning experiences through which the farmers can acquire them.
The good relationship between the extensionists and the people. Also, the good relationship between the extensionist and the people. Ang extensionist at ang mga tao ay dapat maganda ang pakikitungon na may respeto sila sa isa't isa. Ang extensionist ay dapat marunong makitungo ng maayos sa kanyang makakasalamuha upang maging maayos ang kanilang mga gawain.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good day to each and everyone, especially to ma'am. My name is Samsudin Pandita from BSc Agricultural Extension and Communication 2. Our topic today is all about two-way process linkage. Two-way process linkage extension can provide information and facilitate interaction between researchers and farmers. Simultaneously, extension also requires a constant flow of information on new and improved practices necessitating a two-way communication process. Ang mga dahilan para sa pangailangan para sa matibay na mga ugnayan ay kinabibilangan ng pag-impluensya sa pagbabalangkas ng mga asinda ng pananaliksik batay sa pagtukoy ng problema at ang pangangailangan mabago ng teknolohiya na angkop para sa umiral na socio-economic at ecological na kapaligiran. What is the linkage between research and extension? Extension service can provide research institution with information on research requirements and play a mediatory role between farmers and researchers. Ang mga serbisyo ng extension ay nangangailangan ng tuloy-tuloy na daloy ng impormasyon mula sa mga institusyon ng pananaliksik sa mga bago at pinahusay na kasanayan. What is research linkage? Tinutukoy ng pananaliksik sa linkage ang kaugnayan sa pagitan ng mga pananaw ng empleyado sa kapaligiran ng trabaho at ang mga layunin na sukat ng pagganap ng negosyo, halimbawa pagiging produktibo at iba pang nauugnay na mga resulta na organisasyon, halimbawa kasiyahan ng customer. What is farmer linkage? Ang mga mekanismo ng pag-uugnay ay ginagamit upang ihatid ang impormasyon sa pagitan ng mga grupo at upang i-coordinate ang mga kinakailangan gawin sa proseso ng pagkuha ng mga gawain sa proseso ng pagkuha ng mga kaugnayan teknolohiya sa mga magsasaka. What is the importance of two-way process? Greater mutual understanding, continuous two-way communication prevents misunderstanding and one-direction thinking. Pinahusay na pagkakahanay at pakikipagtulungan ng koponan kapag ang mga empleyado ay sanay sa pabalik-balik na communication, naging mas mahirap na gumaganap ng mga silo.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, have a nice day and have a good day. So today we will discussing the part of principle of extension in cooperate with other agencies. But before we'll proceed to our discussion, let me introduce myself. So I'm Nurainie Salik from BSA Agri Extension and Communication 2. I'm one of the reporter of this group presenter. So, shall we start? So, cooperate with other agencies is when organizations incorporate they not only information and make adjustment in the services, but they share resources to help each other to do a better job. So, why is it important to cooperate with other agencies? Cooperation demonstrates the ability to work effectively and respectfully with diverse people or teams, make comprises, build consensus in decision making, assume share responsibility for collaboration and the work and value of opinions of members from a position of firm identity. So, like for example, of extension cooperate with other rural development of organizations. In extension, cooperate with other rural development of organization is with, within rural areas. Extension services and agents should work closely with the other organizations that provide essential services to farmers and their families. Extension is only one aspect of the many economic, social, and political activities that seek to produce change for the better in rural society. In extension, therefore, must be prepared to collaborate with all other such organizations, both government and non-government, and to take them into account when preparing to implement extension policies. So, we have organization with which extension services should cooperate include. So, first is political institutions, second is support organizations, and third is health services, and the fourth is local schools, and the last is community development. So first is political institutions. So in political institutions and local political leaders whose actively local support will have the extension agent, who may thereby be brought into closer touch with local farmers. And the second is support organizations. In this support organizations, such as those which supply agricultural or other inputs, credits, facilities, or marketing services, such inputs must be available in sufficient quantity in the right place at the right time if they are not to be any use. And in health services, so that an extension agent is keep aware of local health problems, particularly nutritional level. Agriculture, development, and nutrition are closely related, and the agent must keep closely in touch with health programs and projects and adapt his program to conform the local health requirements and the local schools, so that this agent can have early access to farmers of the future and begin to equip them with the knowledge and skills required for farming. And the last is community development. In community development, whose objectives will be very similar to the educational work of extension. Extension agents often work very closely with community development workers to break down local social and cultural barriers to change and to encourage community action program. And it is essential that the extension agent in the field know what his colleagues in other services and government department are doing, and that they understand what he is doing. Close operation not only avoids duplication but provides opportunities for integrated farm and programs. So, bakit nga kailangan na makipag-cooperate sa ibang agencies? So, yung unang dahilan is mahalaga ang pagkikipag-cooperate sa ibang agencies dahil una, ito ay nagbibigay ng karapatan sa mga tao sa iba't ibang bahagi ng mundo na matatamasa ang mga yamang sa kanilang bansa na wala sa like for example, na wala sa ating bansa. Dahil sa iba't ibang yaman ng bawat bansa, dahil sa lokasyon, kaya naman ang palitan ng produksyon ay pumupuno sa kakulangan ng iba't ibang bansa. So, ang pangalawa is ang pakikipag-cooperate ay nagbibigay din ng trabaho at hanap buhay sa mga sa marami. Kapag may cooperation or ang production ay mas lumalawak at nagbibigay ng oportunidad sa iba. So, yung pangatlo na dahilan is ang pagkikipag-cooperate ay bumubuo din ng magandang samahan sa bansa na like ang relation ng dalawang bansa is mayroong pagtitibay sa pangangailangan sa isa't isa. So, that's all for today's discussion. I hope na marami kayong natutunan sa aking discussion. Shukran.
Good day. Ako po si Sahaya Jalisan. So ngayon, tatagap ko ngayon ay ang different target groups. So ang different target groups are individuals or groups, families, teams, organizations that generally live in a geographically circumscribed area. Those in cities, individual, municipal, or a rural district. So, ang target groups, napapaloob dito yung mga individuals or groups, gaya ng mga families, teams, and organization. And for the need assessment, it's important to describe the target group as precisely as possible. So, ano yun? The trick here is to avoid creating a target group definition too broad that it's become difficult to create a narrowly target project. At the same time, the group must not be so tightly drawn that the description hardly applies to anyone. So sa paglalarangan ng target group, it is useful to distinguish between direct and indirect target group. So we have here two different target groups, the direct and indirect target groups. So sa direct target group, include the individuals you want to target in an immediate way with your project activities and among whom you want to achieve an effect. There may be subgroups within direct target groups which requires further differentiation with your offering. So sa direct target groups, mapapasok dito yung mga individuals na you want to target in an immediate way with your project activities. And sa indirect target groups, includes naman is a person in the general environment of the direct target group. They often distribute the project's success within the direct target groups because they play an important intermediary role. Indirect target group should always be taken into account. Also, target group is defined part of all activities consumers who have similar characteristics. So the target group segmentation is one of the most important steps in marketing. So bakit ba isa sa mga important step ng target marketing? Kasi it is important to avoid wasting just to target advertising activities. So meron itong various characteristic na makakatulong sa mga target group. So una dito ay ang socio-demographic. So, ano ba yung socio-demographic? Socio-demographic variables are age, gender, social class, migration, background, relationship, status, parental status, employment status, and town size. So, yun yung napapaloob doon sa socio-demographic. Two is psychographic characteristic. So, psychographic characteristics and traits such as values, desires, goals, interests, and lifestyle choices. Psychographic in marketing focus on understanding the consumer's emotion and value so you can market more accurately. So, sa psychographic characteristic, it's focus on understanding the consumer's emotion. Kung ano yung mga emotions ng mga consumers, the way how they um, buying buying things or anything they want to buy. The third is purchasing behaviors. Ano yung purchasing behavior? From the word behavior, mga behavior ng mga customers, the way that people behave when they buy such things as that they buy, wherein when they shop, and how much they spend. So higher energy costs trumped any grocery shoppers to change their buying behavior last. And sinasabi dito na purchasing behavior, the way that people behave when they buy. So kumbaga, kung paano nag-spend ang mga customers, kung paano nila gina-expend yung pera nila or kung saan sila bumibili. Sa media usage characteristic naman is one of the top ways consumers use social media is to uncover new brands and find out more about products and services. So dito, napapaloob yung mga ads sa TV or sa Facebook. Makikita nila kung ano yung mga new brand or about a product or services.
So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and good day to each and everyone. So, my name is Narissa Pendi. So, I will discuss about develop of rural leadership. So, first is what is leadership in rural development. So, a rural leader creates a vision for others and then direct them towards achieving that. So, a ruler leadership has followers who have been confidence in him and give him support and commitment to go. So, this is what leadership really means. So, rural development programs have already greatly over the last 20 years with a move away from the imposition of programs based on highly specialized views from outside to those concerned with local needs and local motivation. The study of local needs is bound up with local social, operational, and economics structure, and successful programs must go beyond the consideration simply of technical matter into those concerned with the communication of ideas. The problem of interpersonal relationship and the willingness and ability to see and understand the practical problems at the local level on the farmer and in the home. This paper set out to define these areas of competence for extension workers at all levels and to stress the needs for special training in this skill. In particular, it's outlined the important role that women can play in such program in developing countries. So the role of rural leadership is, first is he or she coordinates the group's activities. Second is he or she helps the group in sorting out the plans for achieving the goals. Third is he or she is responsible for the evaluation of the progress of group. Lastly is the behavior of the leader, and the relationship of the leader with the people may differ from situation to situation.